How's it going, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here. I'm back with a Dragon Roller deck profile. I feel that I have to kind of do a recap because, let's face it, my first Dragon Roller deck profile was pretty awful, and it's got damn near 26,000 views now, and everyone's seen how awful it is, and everyone's commenting how awful it is. So I really need to do a recap. So I'm going to be titling this and tagging it exactly the same. This is a completely different build, and this is the build I have been testing, and I'm really happy with it at the moment. And it's the build I'll probably be taking to I think it's the UK and Irish Dueling series, which is like the recap for Battle of the Kingdoms. You US players probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But either way, I'm going to get into the list, and this is what I've been testing, and I really like it. This is going to be a main side and extra. Any questions you have, please put them in the comment section below. But just feel free to ask anything you want to ask, within reason, because some of your comments are stupid. So yeah, play 3 Blaster, for obvious reasons. 3 Tidal, 3 Redux, and 3 Tempest. You have to play 3 of each of the big dragons. I'm just going to recap these. You can look up their effects on your own, but each one of these has their own. They can be summoned by banishing dragons. If they're banished, they search a dragon of their type to your hand. And each one has their own effect where if you discard it and another card of their element, you get to do one thing. If you discard this in a wind, you get to search one dragon to your hand. If you discard this and an earth, you get to Monster Reborn. If you discard this and a water, you get to Foolish Burial, any one monster. And then if you discard this and one fire, you get to blow up any one card on the field. So there's the big dragons. We play 3 of each because they are the driving force of this deck. Hence why it's called Dragon Rollers. So then for the babies, we play 2 Burner, 2 Stream, 2 Reactan, and 1 Lightning. The reason why I play 1 Lightning is because I play 1 copy of Dragunity Corseska. So you don't really need the other Lightning because you can search the 1 Lightning when you need to make that play, or if you want to make the Synchro play, you can search Corseska. I kind of like Corseska over I've forgotten his name now. Flame Velguard, that was it. Flame Velguard, because you want to be using your Blaster's effect during turns. You want to be able to use him to blow stuff up. So you don't want to be banishing him to search out your tuner. You want to be able to banish something else to search out your tuner. And Tempest is a pretty weak E-Dragon, so you play this because it's better, to be honest. And I don't have to worry about the extra fire, like not having the extra fire for Blaster, because I have an extra fire in my deck, which we're going to get into in a minute. So then, for the kind of the other one-off dragons, we play the 1 Corseska, 1 Red Ice Darkness Metal. I'm playing this A because it's a win more card and it really helps with your OTKs, and B because it's an extra Eradicator Epidemic Virus target, and I side 3 Eradicators, so I still really like this card, and it's good under Super Rejuve plays as well. It's just a good card, and I really like playing it. I know a lot of people don't, but oh well. And then the one kind of big tech that I'm playing is Yamato Dragon. Yamato Dragon, I'm going to read this because it's a pretty interesting card. Basically, this card cannot be special summoned. He's a spirit. This card returns to the owner's hand during the end phase of the turn that this card was normal summoned, flip summoned, or flip face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, draw cards from your deck until you have 5 cards in your hand. And in E-Dragons, if you don't have the Rejuve play, you can easily run out of hand, and you can easily piss away your hand. So having access to this, which you can search off of Blaster, and it's a 7, so it can exceed into things and stop it bouncing to hand, it's just such a good option. With Rejuve, this is incredible because you'll probably make 1 Baby Dragon play, so that's discarding 2, and then you eventually get 2 dragons on board, tribute the 2 for this, so that's 4, and then you attack and maybe draw maybe a couple of cards. If you had 3 in hand, you'll draw to 5, set some stuff, make some more plays in main phase 2, and then you're able to go, like, exceeds this with another dragon if you're able to drop it, and then draw 4 at least off of your Super Rejuve if you hadn't made more plays. So this just allows for so many more combo plays, and it's got a 3100 ass. So I mean, if you set this, some people, I mean, especially on Dueling Network, but that's Dueling Network, don't see this coming, so they just run straight into it, and 31 is huge, and 26 is a pretty big attack as well. So if you can get this out, like, at a really crucial time, and add your hand back up to 5, it can be really quite something. So that is the kind of big monsters, and I'm probably going to sneeze in a minute, so forgive me. Okay, much better, much better. There's like pollen everywhere here in England at the moment. Then for the hand traps, we play 3 copies of Effect Veiler. This card is good in a couple of ways. A, because it's Effect Veiler, and in Big Eye Wars, this card will win you games. And B, it is a tuner. There is the sneeze again. It is a tuner. Oh, I sound disgusting. It's a tuner. It lets you make Ancient Sacred Wyvern, which isn't actually in my extra deck because I don't have one at the moment, but there should be one in there, and I'll explore that later. But the 3 Veiler is definitely an essential in the deck, as well as the 3 copies of Maxi. You really need to be playing 3 Maxi because for the mirror and just everything in this format, really, besides Evil Swarms, everything spams special summons, and this is really good because you can use this in tandem with Redox. If you have multiples in hand, you can discard Redox and this to reborn something, so you don't have to worry about this clogging, and it just really synergizes really well with the deck, and you can banish this to summon Redox. And the same goes for the 1 copy of Swift Scarecrow that I play. You will draw through this deck so much, that the maximum of Swift that I would recommend playing is 2. And you only play the Swift because you will make big Maxi plays, and you will make big Rejuvenation and Yamar Dragon plays that will bulk your hand up, and this gives you a way to survive the OTKs and survive getting just absolutely beat down when your resources kind of run out, if they have the traps to respond to you and whatnot. So the Swift Scarecrow is just a really good policy for dealing with your opponent, and I prefer this over Gauze and Fader and things like that because it can't be big-eyed. You can just ditch it, and it can't be warninged and all sorts of things like that. It's really hard to stop. So, and you can't be Crimson Bladed because Gauze can be Crimson Bladed and stopped. So that's quite dangerous. But yeah, that is the monster lineup. It's the vast majority of the deck. I can't remember how many it is. It's somewhere near 25, 26. And then for the spells, this is a 41 card deck. I play the 1 Reborn and the 1 Storm. I don't play Dark Hole. I don't feel the need for it, but that's just player pref. The 1 Card Destruction, I'm really enjoying playing this in tandem with the 3 Super Rejuvenations. It just puts in a lot of work. And then the 1 Sacred Sword of 7 stars. I just really like Sacred Sword at 1. I was testing 2. It gets cloggy. 1 is the good number. So that's the singles. For the multiples, I play 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice. This is mainly in here for the problem that Ophion can sometimes pose, and just negating general things, and I found it a bit more variable than Breakthrough Skill, and I'm testing it. I'm considering for kind of locals taking these out for Lances, because at the moment at locals traps is the big problem for me, and Lances would put in a lot of work. So I don't know, it's a card in testing, I'm not sure how I feel about it, we'll see. Then I play 3 copies of Gold Sarcophagus, because Gold Sarcophagus is ridiculously good in this deck. Play this, banish a big dragon, search out a little dragon or another big dragon to your hand. You know the drill. And then I play 3 copies of Super Rejuvenation, which is the ace card of this deck, and it really needs to be hit next list. Long story short. Right, we're going to get into the hodgepodge bit of the deck now. This is the extra deck. But this extra deck is very incomplete, it's missing quite a few things, so really listen to that before you go ahead and comment, because to be fair, a lot of people commented on the last video saying, where is Dracossack? When I said in the video, I'd have Dracosacks if I had them. I now have 2, I'm missing 1, so really listen to this commentary. So that's our 2 Dracossack tokens, but that's don't really need to talk about that. So now we play 2 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Dracossack. I would be playing the 3rd if I had the 3rd, but I'm subbing the 3rd in with an extra Gaia Dragon for now. But I'd play the 3rd Mecha Phantom Beast Dracossack if I had one. But this card is like your staple guy, your go-to guy if you don't have a particular play you're going for. He's just your staple, drop him and sit on him kind of guy. So that's the Dracossack. I only have 1 big eye because I'm fairly sure there's a reprint coming, so I've not wanted to invest in extra big eyes, but I would play 2 to 3 if I had them, and for the events I'm going to, I am going to be borrowing a 3rd Dracossack and a 2nd big eye. So I would advise playing a 2-3 or a 3-3 ratio, but I don't actually have that many, so forgive me for this video, but it's informative enough. I then play 1 Mermaid Abyss Gaius. You'll hardly ever go into this, but when you do go into this, it puts in so much work. Then to kind of bulk up my 7s, I'm playing 2 Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, because 1's all you need, but the 2nd is in there because I only have 1 big eye and 2 Dracosacks, so you kind of need the extra bulk. And it's a wind, so Tempest can banish it. Well, it's a dragon, so anything can banish it. Abyss Gaius is a water, so it can be banished by Tidal, and Dracosack can be banished by Tempest, so they're all fuel for your big dragons. And then the last 7 that I'm playing to bulk up numbers is number 7 Lucky Straight. This is in here for Trollziness, but I've won games with this. It's a lot of fun, so it's worth playing. So that was the Xyzes. For the Synchros, I play 1 Armorion for plays with your Draco tokens, your Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. 1 Allied Justice Castor, because you can make this with Corseska and any of the level 4 babies. So, and you sometimes need this to get over certain obstacles. I then play 1 Karakuri Shogun MDL00 Beret. This is in here because you can make it with any one of your tuners and 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. and it deals with so many different things by being able to change battle positions, and it's just a huge 7, so definitely a very versatile card there. This Black Rose Dragon is kind of a placeholder for what will eventually be Ancient Sacred Wyvern, because there are 100 OTKs with Ancient Sacred Wyvern that I don't care to go through at the moment, but this puts in a... if this was Ancient Sacred Wyvern, it would be great, but it's a Black Rose for now, but it will be Ancient Sacred. Then for the 8s, I play 1 Crimson Blader, because this dominates the Mirror match and the Priestess variant of Prophecy, and the Monarch matchup, which I played on Dueling Network earlier on. It just deals with so many matchups, it's just such a good card. But definitely the Mirror, it will win you the Mirror. I then play 1 Red Dragon Archfiend as another target for, I can't remember the name of it now, Eradicate Epidemic Virus, and it's great in the Big Eye Wars as well. Like, when you play this, your opponent can't Big Eye it. Well, they'll usually try not to Big Eye it, because otherwise their Big Eye will die. And I just really like this card, and it puts in quite a lot of work for me. So, I've enjoyed playing it, and it's 3k. It's the only monster in the Sex deck that can get past Crimson Blader without getting Veiled, because I play Scrap Dragon, but I'd be worried about playing Scrap Dragon in front of Crimson Blader, because if that Scrap Dragon gets Veiled, you can't deal with that Crimson Blader without crashing. So I'd rather have a way to just kill it outright. And this deals with Draco tokens as well. Like, Archfiend just puts in a lot of work. And then I play 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. This just puts in a lot of work, to be honest, against trap-heavy decks. It won me quite a few games at the regionals I went to with this deck, which you can see elsewhere on my channel. And I just really like this card in the extra deck. So that's my complete extra deck. It's not what I'd like it to be, but I don't have the money at the moment to kind of finish the deck, because no one has the trades here in Milton Keynes. No one has Draco Sax for trade, so I'd kind of have to buy it if I wanted to finish it. But this is going to be the side deck. The side deck's kind of interesting, but at the same time, there's a lot of kind of standard stuff in here. So we're going to get straight into the side. I played 3 copies of Vanity's Fiend, because he's a single tribute monster, so he sets off your rejuvenations. And let's be honest, 1 E-Dragon is pretty easy to get out, and this will basically dominate you the mirror match. If you can get 1 of these out, great, you're golden. If they have Blaster, they have Blaster. If they have Chalice, they have Chalice. But ultimately, Vanity's Fiend is one of those ways to completely shut down your opponent by stopping them from special summoning, and you can just get the beat down. Because you can go Dracosac, 2 tokens, tribute 1 token for this. That Dracosac is still protected by the 1 token, then you still have the Vanity's Fiend. You're poking for 5k there. So that's pretty good, pretty good. And then I play 1 Spell Canceller. This is kind of a trollsy tech against Prophecy, and it does put in a lot of work, so I really like this, but the only problem is it's like 1800, so it can get killed over quite a lot. So if they don't have Starhole, play this and get it out. If they do have Starhole, you probably shouldn't play this. So it's a variable card. And it's a win, so it can get banished by Tempest. I then play 1 Exploder Dragon. I was playing 2 at the regionals. I bumped this down to 1 because Redox can search it, so you don't really need it in an abundance. And I need more extra deck space, put it that way. And then for the last monsters I play in the side, because I'm playing the 3 Max E3 Veiler in main, I play the 2 Droll and Lockbirds inside. I don't like them in main. A lot of people played them for Euros in main, but that was a heavy meta. I don't like them at a local scene in the main. I then played 3 copies of MST, because the Storm is in the main, but sometimes you really need to deal with those Iron Walls and things like that. And then following along the same vein, I played 2 copies of Raigeki Break. This is kind of like a card I really like in this, because you discard your big dragons, which really isn't a problem, or in your turn you can like discard a dragon as you know you can activate this, discard a dragon as a cost, and that dragon will count towards super rejuvenation, so it's just a really good card. And then we play 3 copies of the card which is dominating the format, 3 copies of Eradicate Epidemic Virus, for obvious reasons. So yeah guys, that's been my Dragon Ruler, or E-Dragon, because I know I've drifted back into calling them E-Dragons throughout the video, but this has been my Dragon Ruler deck profile. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything to that nature, please, please, please feel free to contact me or post them in the comment section below. And otherwise, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this was an improvement on the last one, because the last one was a catastrophe, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Related videos. Peace out. Bye.